My God, you watching this interview and they're talking about the crucifixion of Jesus, and one guy's like, "Oh, well, yeah, the Romans accused him of blasphemy," and then the like bishop or whatever is like, "Well, yes, but in reality, he was just obedient to the word of God." And then I'm just thinking but I feel like you can kind of imagine what it would be like to be a citizen in uh Nazareth or Bethlehem, or I don't even know the story well enough, but and be like, oh yeah, there's this popular guy and he says he's the son of God, um and he's doing all this stuff and he's a very controversial figure. Like, not it wouldn't be obvious to everyone that he was telling that he was the son of God. And there's a lot of people that claim to be prophets or whatever, and we kind of only learned about a few of them because they're like the successful ones or the popular ones. But I mean, it's like Joseph Smith. Yeah, you can't. I mean, there's no way to prove anything, so you do just kind of choose to listen to a guy over another guy for no real good reason. You don't even have to. I don't know. It seems so crazy how many people choose to believe in religion when and I feel like kind of common sense and intuition and critical thinking are kind of going down, um like nationally probably. But just how can you, it's a really crazy, at times entertaining, times horrifying story. And the fact that most people in this country can just kind of take everything at face value, it's I mean, and it is like an insult to your intelligence to think that you would buy all of it just on faith, literally. Or I guess that phrase always kind of means literally. Um, but yeah, and you try to have a rational conversation with people on the other side, and I mean, you can't. I don't think you could do a better job than John Cleese and the other guy. But they're never gonna change their minds, but I think it is still worth kind of discussing and debating respectfully. But yeah, it's so whack. It's so insane. And I don't know, I feel like most people just kind of use it and they don't question it, kind of because they maybe have a feeling deep down that if you really start investigating this stuff, it's like, oh no, it's obviously all bullshit. Just because it, gives them that kind of comfort. And that kind of goes back to the sort of atheistic debate of, well, should we try to even aspire to get everyone on our side and to not believe in religion, or are there realistic uses for it? And I mean, I definitely think, and I think probably most atheists think that the cons outweigh the pros of Christianity and organized religion in general. But yeah, there are good things, and there are people, probably I think a lot of people, Jordan definitely for one, that I think their lives are better and they're a better person because of Christianity or because of organized religion. And I think they take it in the way, or they use it in the way that I feel like it's not even always intended, but in like the good way that like I feel like people that are like naturally altruistic and just good, compassionate people, they kind of know what to use from organized religion to improve like their lives and the lives of like the people around them. And I think I think that's a wonderful thing. I mean, honestly, when I hear Jordan, yeah, talk about like running for God and stuff and kind of trusting in him. I mean, there is sort of, obviously, like I feel like some people kind of say like, "Oh, well, I just kind of use God as like a hold-in for the universe or the unexplained just nature of reality and like being alive and existing despite like the astronomical odds of like me being here right now." Um, and like, yeah, obviously that's a little more kind of understandable of a kind of viewpoint, like as an atheist. So yeah, I think that, and honestly, I think it's like beautiful, just his sort of view on it and how kind of pure his kind of his faith is. And I don't think it really has any negatives at all. And he's like a wonderful person, and a gutsy runner, and just yeah, great dude. So like yeah, I think it's great for some people, but I feel like a lot of people sort of use it to, I don't know, say they always have like the moral high ground or whatever, even if they're doing like horrible things. Or, I mean, I feel like there's, powerful people use it to control people, control like masses, and be like, oh, don't worry if like your whole life sucks and you're, you know, you don't have much shot of like upward mobility and you're going to be like poor and downtrodden for your whole life and your family's lives. But don't worry, because as long as you're a good citizen, you follow all the rules and stuff, like then you go to heaven forever. So what's 70 years of pain and disappointment for an eternity of bliss, right? And like, I mean, I guess you can see why some like uneducated people would like kind of go for that. But I mean, if you just, it's like, yeah, like I feel like everyone has like an inkling, even people that are like raised religious and stuff have like an inkling of like, is this all for real? Like obviously, like I can't, I've never interacted with, Jesus or God or whatever, like directly. And I mean, nobody can really know what happens after you die because like we can't communicate with them anymore. And like it's not physically in this world because like we said like, oh, it's up in the clouds, like before we could like go into the clouds ourselves. And then there's planes we learn about like the universe and stuff. And it's like, so I guess it was like metaphorical, a lot of that stuff. Even though we didn't really think that until we found out that it wasn't possible or whatever. But like what? Yeah, it's cool to hear stories of people that kind of break out of it, or they kind of like realize, and then they have like this kind of internal struggle and like this crazy cognitive dissonance of like, I'm seeing these kind of facts and things that like make it seem like one of my most intrinsic beliefs of like truth is like just completely wrong. Those are kind of cool because it's like, it obviously gives you hope, like that, I don't know, more people. And it's not like I don't want there to be like no religious people or no religions, like for the sake of like I hate religion, but it's just because of like how much damage it causes to like the world, and people use it as excuses for, committing genocide and all this other crazy shit. And yeah, it's a means to make the world a better place, is why I'm like anti-religion, not because like people just believed in crazy shit, but like it didn't inform like, or didn't like, they didn't use it as justification for their actions when people were questioning their actions. Then it'd be like, whatever, go nuts. But it is used so often to do bad shit, and literally some of it that's bad shit is just like, accept what's happening to you and don't try to fight it and don't question authority. Like, yeah, people just need to just question stuff. And